This is how I managed to pass another FTMO challenge. Again, just on a little bit of a hot streak right now, so I just got to keep it coming and take one day at a time. But let's get into it. As you can see, here is my certificate, 17th of March, and passes relatively quickly, I think in 4 trading days, which is actually what, the minimum amount of time that you have to actually be trading on them. FTMO, you have to have 4 traded days on them. And I did in 4. So let's get into it. As you can see, I literally took this challenge on the 12th of March. And I was already up after the first day, over 5% almost, or just under 5%. You can see I went out hot off the gates on the US 500 longs. Look at that. I was in such a nice trade on this. And really, really solid execution. I was in at the lows. I think I did do a daily review on this, but very, very solid execution on this. I mean, I hit it hard. I saw my setup and I took it off the lows of here on Wednesday to start off. As you can see, I had taken a loss on one of my accounts earlier and I ended up getting out, but then I saw the bounce and I ended up getting in long here at about 577, and my first exit was at 614. So I mean, that was a great execution, great patience from me to actually hold that. I mean, I held that for over 30 points. Was my first scale out, and then you can see I scaled out some more over here. So really, really solid start to this challenge, and this is how you need to attack these challenges. In the last video, I gave you the advice, instead of, if you want to get funded with $200,000, instead of trying to do it in one go, get 5 or 4 50K accounts. And this is what I did. And I hit it hard. I mean, really, really great entry there and great exit. In at 577. So in 577 out at 614 first scale. I mean, that's brilliant, if I do say so myself. So really, really hot to start. And then the next day, kind of like a little bit all over the place. I was still trading mainly the DAX, but managed to end green. I think I ended up getting some DAX shorts and a little bit of some US 500 shorts as well. Actually, funny thing is I only had one losing trade on this phase 1. Phase 2, I do believe I had some US 500 longs, which was, again, very, very nice execution as well. Again, to the high side, I'm going to make a video on this, but this replay mode on TradeZilla is super neat. Super, super neat. I love using TradeZilla. This is what I am using to track my data. And again, if you are not using TradeZilla, you simply don't want to get better. That's my take on it. But you can use the code JB for the annual plan and JB10 for the monthly plan for TradeZilla to actually look at your data, track your data, and see where you're going wrong, where you're going right, how can you make more money. This replay feature with TradeZilla is absolutely fantastic. As I just said, I can actually see my entries and exits. Here's my entry. I was in on this trade at 582, and then my first scale on this was 596, so 14 points. And then end up scaling up as we move higher as well. So really a nice trading day here, on Friday. And then I capped it off by passing on the Monday, the 17th. And I do believe these were on some DAX longs. Yep, some nice little DAX scalps. So if we go to my report section over here, let's go to the overview chart. Of course, I had no losing days, but average winning trade 276, average winning trade 276, losing trade 226. Let's just go to my instruments. Something that I have said in the previous video of my other FTMO challenge that I passed was I really am knuckling down on just trading on the DAX and SPX, and I might look at some currency pairs like the yen crosses as well. But DAX and SPX has been where I'm making my money. A little bit of Nasdaq that I'm watching as well, but DAX and the S&P 500 have been where I'm making my money. And as you can see, just really, really neat. That US 500 obviously going to bring the bulk of this trade because that's where I had that hot start to this challenge. So again, tips for passing challenges. Don't buy a $200,000. If you want to get funded with $200,000, don't buy a $200,000 account. Buy 450Ks. Spread the risk up. Don't trade them all at the same time. Spread the risk up. And if you do manage to get them funded, spread the risk up again. Trade half of your funded and half of your funded, and tone down the risk when you do get funded. When I get this account over to the funding stage, I will not be trading it at 4%, 5% risk. It's simply not needed. So attack the challenges, tone down the risk when you get to the funding stage. I hope this helps. I hope that this shows you how I can also be aggressive and start to hit the challenges hard too. And go use TradeZilla because this has helped me so much. Links in my bio for the discount codes, JB for the annual plan and JB10 for the monthly plan. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you for the next video.